Around 3 weeks ago, I made a video saying that I was going to go on a proper dopamine detox, which is something where you try to eradicate all the kind of easy dopamine and instant gratification activities from your life. Things like eating junk food and a lot of social media usage fall under this category of easy dopamine. And in that video, I said that despite the fact that I'd been on self improvement for a while and had deleted a lot of my social medias, I still found myself scrolling on things like YouTube from time to time when I didn't really want to, and I knew that there would be better things to do during that time. And since then, I really don't scroll that much on any kind of apps anymore because I really don't feel the need to, and I have other things to do and to get on with. And I guess that is the whole kind of purpose of a dopamine detox. But honestly, it's such a beneficial thing to do the activities like meditation and journaling every day and really try to consider yourself as on this sort of superficial activity, because it almost like puts you in the mindset that you really do need to stop doing these things, even if it's for just like 10 minutes a day. And even if it's just for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, doing this will mean that you don't really need these activities as much as you did before. You won't really need things like scrolling and things like video games and stuff, because you would have gone through the dopamine detox and your brain would have like rewired itself to sort of like the delayed gratification activities, like going to the gym and maybe like uploading YouTube videos and stuff like that. And since then, I've been a lot of happier of a person, because when you do things like scrolling on social media and eating junk food and stuff like that, once the scrolling or eating junk food is kind of over, you end up a lot sadder of a person than what you previously did before. And so minimizing these activities while investing more in delayed gratification activities ends up making you a happier person in the long run. And I feel like I'm reaping the benefits of those right now. I feel like my mental health is probably the best that it has ever been in like before. I just feel like a much happier person than even what I did maybe 2 to 3, 4 maybe weeks ago, because I really try to drill in and eradicate all the easy dopamine from my life. And now, while I'm going to try not to like loosen up on this kind of thing, I do feel like such a happier person now compared to what I was before. And these are the kind of benefits that come from trying to eradicate like the activities that are going to impact your health, like junk food eating and scrolling and stuff like that, especially if they're not like with friends and you're just kind of doing them on your own, because social interactions and stuff like that are a form of delayed gratification. And while I don't recommend doing instant gratification activities with friends, and I recommend doing things like delayed gratification with activities, spending time with friends is like a good thing that will make you happier. And contrary to what a lot of people think, it is a delayed gratification activity because it took a lot of time to form those special bonds between you and your friends, compared to maybe just like going to like the club or something and meeting a load of random people and having a lot of fun who may not be your friends, who you may have just met, and the only places that you do things are the unhealthy habits in places like the clubs and stuff like that. And now I have a lot more hope for the future than what I compared to what I did before. A lot of people have like a hopeless mindset and a hopeless attitude to things like life in general, and I'm now so much more hopeful for the future, and I really feel like things are going to start to come together for me just through the next kind of like year and 6 months, because I've maybe been on self-improvement for a year now, but I've really been giving it my all for maybe only like 6 months. So now in the next like 6 months, a year, I really feel like I'm going to reap a lot of the benefits of my delayed gratification activities. And if you do these things like dopamine detoxes, I honestly think you will too. But one thing I did want to mention is that there's these things when you kind of start to get on self-improvement called urges. Now, urges are things that you have the urge to commit instant gratification activities once you've kind of given them up. And my like weird urge that I've started to get recently is an urge to just play more video games. And it's quite a weird thing to do. It's quite a weird like urge to have, because I haven't played video games in maybe like 7 months. And for the first like 5, 6 months, I felt no need to play these things because I was quite busy with school and exams and stuff like that. But now I've got a lot more time on my hands. These things end up like creeping into my mind a lot more often than what they did before. And it's quite like a weird phenomenon, but obviously I've been able to kind of sort of just ignore these things. But I thought it was like an interesting thing that I might as well relay onto you, so that you kind of know what could be in store for you if you do decide to do these things like dopamine detoxes and stuff like that. So I hope you found value out of this video, and I recommend subscribing because I like this community of young tribal people who are willing to improve themselves so much more than they already have. And good luck.